Hello, and welcome to It's Gonna Be May All the Day Long Artist Interview Series. For episode 11, we have Summer Frost. Summer Frost is a 28-year-old Christian singer-songwriter from North Florida. She has a bachelor's degree from Trinity Baptist College focusing on Christian counseling and music. After college, she continued studying music and music therapy practices and now has a job as an activities director at a nursing home. Summer is currently working on the front lines of the battle against COVID-19. Summer has a folk, indie, contemporary Christian sound and is a worship leader for Trinity Baptist Church in Palatka, Florida. She released her first single, called Be Still, in June of 2017, and will be releasing her first EP album in May of 2020 called Worth the Wait. She has opened for Christian artists such as Chris August, Sean McDonald, and Randy Stonehill. She plays for women's conferences, coffee shops, Murray Hill Theater, and various worship events. She plays in a local worship collaboration called Awaken Gatherings in Putnam County. She has also been involved in the mission field in places such as New Orleans, Haiti, Los Angeles, Miami, and recently, France, where she was invited by the mayor of a town there to open for a European band. She sings what God sings over her, and many of her songs come from stories, life experiences, and she wants to seek after wherever God wants to take her. And without further ado, here's the interview with Summer Frost.
Definitely a lot has changed. I think um, every week's been kind of difficult. I've had to learn to adapt in different ways. So for church especially, we've had to do a drive-in church. So it's been kind of a trial and error. We set up this trailer, which initially had some missing boards and things, and so some of our church staff came that morning with hammers and nails and everything and like built the staircase on it and like they were fixing it all up. Yeah, the church just comes together. And we got up there and quickly learned that the heat can shut off electronic devices and make it where you can't see your iPad, and it's hot. But we've been adapting. We're trying like different canopies and things. But the church came out. They come out every week. They come in their cars. We all social distance, and it feels pretty normal, except for we're a huggy church. So I miss that aspect of it.
Yeah.
I miss hugging them. So I just wave from afar, and they all honk during service. So that's really fun. But definitely having to adapt to that. For work, I work as an activities director at a nursing home. So that's been very different. A lot of technology there too. We've been using tablets to FaceTime with families. And then we had a musician come to play music from the outside, using the tablet on the inside. And when the music starts playing, these residents, they'll start dancing or crying because it just touches them. It brings back so many memories. So that really touched me, that they had so much joy from the music.
Now, do you have to do it for each and every individual person? Oh, wow. So I'm sure it's a long day if you're doing so many per day.
I only got through 13, and we have 100, almost 100 people.
Oh, wow. Do you try to get through the whole group each week or maybe every other week?
Yeah, we're just starting this, so I'm thinking if I can get through, like, we tried a few times a week, and it might be me going to play music for them on days that volunteers can't come, because that's a lot on volunteers. But I also have a lot of other work to do there too. But they enjoy it, so I'm hoping I can kind of, maybe a few people a day, go play my guitar out by the window. Because singing with a mask is not going to happen. I already tried it. You run out of air real quick. Like, they can't go outside. They can't take a shower. They can't have family. They can't do anything. And I'm watching them get depressed, and I'm like their only source of family or people interaction. And yet, like, I have an autoimmune disease, so I'm at risk, like high risk, but like I feel like the Lord wants me there. And so I'm doing this. I keep telling myself, the Lord is my shield. I'm going to be okay. And if he wants me out of here, he's going to tell me. So I just keep on trusting them. My family, they're still working a lot. I mean, my mom stays home, but my brother works at the grocery store. So he comes home and we're telling him to go get us things since we don't want to go to the store. And we're telling him to wear his mask and be careful. So he's working hard. My dad works at the nursing home with me. And so we're always taking precautions. And so it's definitely affected us firsthand. I try not to go anywhere right now because I don't want to put other people at risk and I don't want to put people at my job at risk. So literally I've been kind of stuck for a couple of months.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. But you don't know anyone really that has been affected by it? I mean, like, gotten sick by COVID-19?
I actually know some people who have it,
Oh,
but
they currently have it.
But they're asymptomatic. So they're
Oh,
not showing symptoms, but they're tested positive. But I've already been tested and I'm negative, thankfully.
yeah.
Yeah.
Now, was it the actual test or just the antibody test?
No, the actual test.
Oh, okay.
So we're waiting for them to come negative. So, but the good thing is I haven't seen anyone like actually sick with it, but I do know of a couple people, I don't know them too personally, but that I know of that actually do have symptoms from it and are sick. So that's a real thing. I know of a couple people that are kind of in my circle. So that's hard, but I haven't seen people sick from it firsthand, and I'm thankful for that. Well, I've thought about this. I think I would have hugged everybody a bit more. Hugged everyone and told my friends in person to their face how much they mean to me, because kind of one of my New Year's resolutions was to be better community, like to be a better friend to people and to just be there for people, and also to read my Bible a bit more. But those were two things like I really wanted to do. And now that this hit, I'm like, it just makes it that much harder. So it's funny when you say a resolution. And I just definitely hugging my friends because I've been Zooming them and FaceTiming and waving at them at church from their car. But yeah, I miss that.
Yeah.
So I've given everybody a big hug.
Oh, that's so sweet. Yeah, human interaction definitely is one of the things that I miss. I mean, even if it wasn't a hug, just, being able to see them in person. I think the last time I saw someone I knew, I mean, besides my neighbors and stuff, would probably be, because I mean, I haven't gone to Trinity in a really long time. It was like 4 weeks ago was the last time I've actually seen anyone besides my family and people around my neighborhood. So yeah, I definitely miss that too. Now that your schedule has changed in life, do you follow a schedule?
Somewhat, as much as I can. I mean, I technically go to work kind of like a 8 to 5 kind of thing.
Okay.
But some days it changes, and then sometimes I'll have to go in on weekends. As far as church, I don't have the practice I would normally have during the week, and on Wednesday nights we don't go to the church anymore, so we watch it on Facebook Live. So I only go to the church on Sundays now, as of before I went more often. So that's definitely changed for my schedule. I just attend it at home now, and yeah, I'd say I still have one, but there's a little more free time, I guess. Definitely. I've been working on an EP project that's releasing on May 15th. And I did the recording before all this happened at a studio, but I've kind of slowly been doing the promotion part of things. And I've actually had more time now to get it done because my friends will call me and they'll totally hold me accountable and be like, hey, have you finished the CD art? Have you done the t-shirts? Have you finished your website? Have you done this? And before I would take like one thing a month and get it done. And now I'm getting a couple things done a week. So I'd say finishing that, promoting that, getting it out there. I'm not the best at promoting myself because I really want it to be promoting God. So I'm constantly trying to figure out ways to do that. So friends have been holding me accountable.
That's great. Do you have a friend that kind of has that managerial personality that could possibly help you with that?
Definitely.
Yeah, because sometimes it's nice if you have friends who just kind of promote you like on their own. Um, Even if it's just like a repost on Facebook or something like that.
Yeah, I had a friend sit down with me on Zoom and take over my computer screen so she could like show me some things that I was struggling with. I'm not really the best with technology, but this is making me have to get that way. That's
Mm-hmm.
another thing I wish I would have done before this started, just like somebody walked me through some of this technology.
Yeah, yeah, it's so true. I'm telling you, technology, it's the one thing that I was forced to learn when this started. The whole thing. I was like, okay, I need to know how to do this and this and this at least to be able to get through the school year. And then I'll learn more if needed during the summer.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, technology has been so important. And these Facebook Lives, I've been trying to do gigs by doing Facebook Lives. And I finally kind of figured it out. There's a few I tested on my own, and I live on the river, so the wind blew my phone off for one of them and like completely
Oh
wrecked the
no.
whole thing. And I had to stop it, apologize, and move on. I had another one where my amp died, like completely shut off. And
Oh
actually, it's
wow.
broken. It's broken now, and I don't know what happened to it. So I'm like, okay, an amp died, my phone blew away. I finally got it right by the time I did this other one. I moved inside, but it's
Oh
been like,
good.
um,
Trial and error.
yeah.
That's how we learn and get better, right?
Hmm. Well, a few things. I like to go outside and read my Bible, or sometimes read an encouraging book. I've been reading a couple of books about different kind of worship leaders and Christian artists and their personal stories. And that's been really encouraging for me to hear. It hasn't always been easy for them, or the struggle, or maybe they didn't start out by doing music. They just thought they were going to do some other career, and then it turned into that, and God was able to use them. So I've been reading a few books. Also, just like drinking some coffee and maybe watching a TV show. Me and my boyfriend have been rewatching Gilmore Girls, which has been really
Oh,
fun.
that's hilarious. That's
Yeah.
great.
Definitely to not give up, to keep trying different ways, adapt however you need to. Also that it doesn't have to be perfect. I think like sometimes we just want it to be perfect, and so we stop doing it or we get discouraged, but it's a learning process. Like we're gonna mess up, and that's okay because God can work it out, and he does every time. So nothing that we do is wasted. Like even our mistakes, God can flip them around. So I definitely say like just keep trying, keep learning, keep growing. It's just a process. I definitely say encouragement would just really dig in and listen, I guess, when you're worshiping. That makes sense. Like if we're worshiping, then we're focusing on the Lord. And so if you're just kind of like pay attention to the words that you're singing, because many times I find that the Lord just speaks to my heart with it. It's like I learned something new about him through the song that I'm singing. And so kind of take those words to heart. Take the word of the Lord to heart when you read the Bible, because you can look back on that in a season, and it doesn't fail. So I'd say that. Uh, Songs are hard because I feel like week I'm jamming out to a new song that I love. So that kind of goes week to week, person to person. But this week I've been enjoying We Are Messengers, the song called Love. I don't know if you've heard it.
I have not.
You should look it up. It's got a fun beat. It's like, don't hang your head when you get lonely. And it's just fun. Like, go look it up. You'll be
So the song is called Love,
mm-hmm.
and it's
by
We Are Messengers.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
And it's fun. It's fun and encouraging. Because it's like, verses are new every morning. Don't hang your head when you get lonely. It's just